Okay, in this lecture we're going to look at 4 examples and work through them and just answer various queries which will enable us to see copying, cutting and pasting data. So this is basically just a reinforcement of the previous lecture which covered copying, cutting and pasting data. So let's look at example 1. Right, so we've got a sample data table of sales per day for a week. Now we want to copy this table and then paste it as is, then as values, and then as a picture. Okay, in this example, we're going to use Excel's ribbon to copy the data and then paste it as is. So first of all, just select all your data. Now, if you go to the Home tab, you got a subsection here called Clipboard, and you got the options Cut, Copy, Format Painter, and Paste. Now, Format Painter we're going to cover in another lecture, so we'll leave that alone. But you've got your cut and copy options, and of course paste is grayed out at the moment because we haven't actually copied anything. So just click here, copy. Now we're going to go to this cell and paste our table as is. So go to this option here, paste, and just click it. There. Now if you've noticed, Excel has added in 2 filters for each column. So to get rid of them, just click on any cell in the table, go to Design, and then uncheck this filter button. There. So that's how we paste as is. And if you'll notice, everything's been carried through. So the formatting, font style, and alignment. Right. So the second part is to paste as values. Okay. So click here. Let's go to our clipboard. Now, we've got this little down arrow. So I'm going to click on this and you'll see that it's almost a copy of our right-click mouse menu. So we want to paste as values. So we go down to this option here, values. There. You see that? Only the values have been pasted. No formatting or formatting to the font has been applied. So just to give you an example, in our table, we have everything centrally aligned. But remember, we just pasted as values, so all the alignments have gone back to their default. So for text, whenever you type text in Excel, it goes to the left alignment. And whenever you type numbers, it goes to the right. So that's how you paste as values. Now let's paste as a picture. Okay, so I found this cell here. I'm going to go back, click this down arrow, and go down here, paste picture. There. So we've now got a picture. So that's example 1. Okay, example 2. So we've got a chart of our sales per week. Now, let's copy the chart and paste as a picture. Right, so we simply select our chart object, right click. So this time we're going to use the right mouse button menu. Go to copy, and then just find another space on your sheet. Right click again. Now we want to paste as picture, so we go to this option here. There. So now we've got a picture of our chart. Now there is another way I want to show you how to copy and paste as a picture. I'm going to make this a bit smaller just so that we can all fit it on. Right, so if we go back here, now if we go to this option here, copy, if we click this drop down, we get the option copy as picture. So before, when we chose copy, Excel doesn't know at that stage what we're going to paste the chart back as. So it could be a copy of the chart, or it could be just the chart as a picture. It doesn't know, so it just gives us that option to copy. However, the ribbon includes this option copy as picture. So think of it almost like a shortcut. So if I click that, we get this dialog box which pops up, and it says appearance as shown on screen or as shown when printed, and the format picture or bitmap. Now I tend to leave this option as shown on screen if my reports I know won't be printed out that much. If your end report is going to be printed, then I suggest you click this option here. As for the format, I tend to leave it as picture just because it takes up a bit less space in the Excel file itself as compared to bitmap. So you press OK. Right. So now that's been copied as a picture. So if I just click here and right click and click, you can see that it's been pasted as a picture. Now, just to show you that option again, I'm just going to quickly delete that. We've only got the paste option, so there's nothing else at this point. So there's no paste picture or anything like that, because Excel knows we've got a picture in memory. So there's only one thing it can do, and that's just paste it as is, because it is a picture. There. So I'm just going to make that smaller. Right. So that's example 2 done. Right. Example 3. Let's cut our table and paste it to another sheet. Now, as with all these operations, you don't have to paste it on the same sheet. You could do it to another sheet in your workbook or another sheet in a different workbook entirely. You can also do it to different applications within the Microsoft Suite and other ones as well. Right, so we select everything. Now I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut, Control X. There. Right, now I'm going to go to sheet 3 here and paste the table as is. There. Now I'm just going to expand this a bit and just take out the filters. So if I go to examples, you can see that the table has gone because we cut it, i.e. moved it. So that's example 3 done. Right, let's look at example 4. So here we've got a table which represents some random product, the quantity sold of it, and the price per unit, and then the amount paid in dollars. Okay, so we want to copy the third column of amount paid and paste as values only, but with the formatting retained. Right, so if we look at this, we can see that we've got our amounts here, $1,000, $1,000 again, $1,000 $240, and $2,000.80. So if I just click into this cell, you can see we've got the formula D60 times C60. So basically these two times each other, and then going all the way down. Okay, so I'm going to select everything here, right click, go copy. Now we want to paste as values only, but with the formatting retained. So I'm just going to go here, right click, go to paste special. Now, previously when we pasted values, we just go to this bit here. However, we want the formatting retained. So in other words, we want the currency to be retained. So we want the 1,000 not just to be 1,000, but to be $1,000. We also want the orange background for the header and the borders to be retained. So we go to this option here, values and source formatting. So if I click that, you can see that it's been pasted as values and the formatting's been retained. So we've got our $1,000 and $1,000 and $1,000 $240 and $2,000.80. We've got our orange in the background for the header, and we've got our borders. And if I click in, you can see there's no formula. Now I just want to show you one more option because we have seen it, but we haven't actually touched on it. If I right click and go to paste special, you can see we've got this middle option here, which is values and number formatting. So what this would do is paste your data, but only retain the number formatting and only paste it as values. So you would lose the source formatting, so any cosmetic enhancements to the cells. So you would lose the orange and the borders around it, but you'd still retain the number formatting. So this option's quite useful when, for example, you just want the number formatting to be there and you want to apply your own formatting to the cell separately or make some changes to it. So if I clicked on this, you can see it's pretty much exactly the same as here, minus the enhancements to the cell. And that also includes the alignment. So you can see this is aligned to the right, while here we actually aligned it centrally, which was exactly what it was here, because we copied it over and we chose to retain the source formatting. Okay, so that completes example 4. So that concludes this lecture. We've just covered 4 examples which have demonstrated the various ways we can cut or copy and paste data. Okay, so thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture.